The stock market is a roller coaster, right? One moment, you're soaring to new heights, and the next, you're plummeting into uncertainty. But what happens when the tracks suddenly disappear? Imagine investing your hard-earned money, feeling that rush as your stocks climb, only to wake up one day and find the market has taken a nosedive. Panic sets in. Investors scramble, selling off shares, and the fear spreads like wildfire. It's a chaotic freefall, where emotions run high and rational decisions seem impossible. In those moments, it's crucial to remember that markets are cyclical. What goes up must come down, but it also rises again. The key is to stay grounded, to focus on long-term strategies rather than short-term chaos. Diversification becomes your safety harness, cushioning the blows. So, when the tracks vanish, don't just brace for impact, look for the next opportunity to climb back up. In 1929, the stock market crashed, and with it, dreams and fortunes evaporated overnight. Families that once dined in luxury found themselves in breadlines, their lives turned upside down. Fast forward to 2008, and we watched as the global economy teetered on the brink of collapse. Banks failed, homes were lost, and the world held its breath, fearing a repeat of history. Then came 2020, a year that shook us all. A pandemic swept across the globe, forcing us into isolation, disrupting economies, and changing the way we live and work. Each of these moments taught us a harsh lesson: stability is an illusion, and resilience is our greatest asset. History may repeat itself, but so does our ability to adapt and rise again. What would I do if the market crashed tomorrow? Panic? Sure, that's a natural reaction. But then I take a deep breath and remind myself, every crisis brings opportunity. Think about it, when prices drop, it's a chance to buy undervalued assets. I'd analyze the situation, look for the silver linings, and focus on what I can control. I'd diversify my investments, maybe even explore new sectors that are poised for recovery. History shows that markets rebound. The key is to stay informed, stay calm, and act strategically. In chaos, there's potential. Would I lose everything? Not if I'm prepared. Instead, I'd seize the moment and turn adversity into a stepping stone for future success. Picture this: the market takes a nosedive, and panic sets in. But what if I told you that this chaos can be your greatest opportunity? First, embrace the mindset of a survivor. Market crashes are like sales, stocks are on discount. Research companies with strong fundamentals and consider investing while prices are low. Diversification is key, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Look into defensive stocks or sectors that tend to perform well during downturns, like utilities or healthcare. And remember, patience is your ally. History shows that markets recover, often stronger than before. So, instead of fearing the red, think of it as a chance to build wealth. With the right strategy, you can not only survive but thrive in any market condition. A market crash isn't just a drop in numbers, it's a whirlwind of fear, panic, and uncertainty gripping investors. Picture this: the stock market plummets, and suddenly, everyone's in a frenzy, selling off their assets. But here's the kicker: every crash has a pattern. It's like a dark dance that repeats itself through history. Recognizing these patterns can be your secret weapon. When others are running for the exits, you can stay calm, analyze the situation, and make strategic moves. Instead of succumbing to the chaos, you can turn the tide in your favor. Understanding the psychology behind these crashes is key. It's not just about the money, it's about mastering the game. So, when the next crash hits, remember, knowledge is power, and you have the tools to beat the odds. Take a deep breath. Because what you're about to learn could change everything. When the market crashes, it's not just numbers that plummet, it's our mindset. Fear grips us, and suddenly, logic takes a back seat. We panic, selling our stocks at rock-bottom prices, convinced we're avoiding further losses. But in reality, we're locking in our fears. Meanwhile, the herd rushes to buy into the latest trend, chasing the highs while ignoring the fundamentals. It's a vicious cycle. We forget that investing is a marathon, not a sprint. The key is to stay calm, to think critically, and to remember that every downturn is an opportunity. Instead of succumbing to fear, let's focus on the long game and make decisions based on strategy, not emotion. During the 2008 financial crash, the average investor saw their portfolio plummet by over 40%. It was a gut-wrenching time, filled with panic and uncertainty. But here's the fascinating part: those who chose to stay calm and hold on didn't just recover, they actually thrived. Imagine watching your investments bounce back, not just to where they were, but soaring beyond. The key was patience and a long-term perspective. While many were selling in fear, the wise ones understood that markets are cyclical. They embraced the downturn as an opportunity, buying into undervalued stocks. So, the next time you feel the urge to react in a crisis, remember, sometimes, the best strategy is to hold tight and ride the waves. Staying calm when chaos erupts around you is like finding an oasis in a desert. The secret? It's all about perspective. When everyone's losing their minds, I take a deep breath and remind myself that panic rarely solves problems. Instead, I focus on what I can control. I ask myself, what's the worst that can happen? Often, it's not as dire as it seems. Then, I visualize a solution. This mental shift transforms anxiety into action. I also practice mindfulness. Just a few moments of grounding can clear the mental clutter. And let's not forget humor. Laughter can diffuse tension like nothing else. So, when the world is spiraling, I choose to be the calm in the storm, turning chaos into clarity. Don't panic. I know, easier said than done, right? But here's the secret: you need a plan. A crash-proof plan. When chaos hits, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, but that's when you have to take a step back and breathe. Start by identifying the problem. What's the root cause? Write it down. Next, brainstorm solutions. Don't filter yourself, let the ideas flow. Then, prioritize them. What can you tackle right now? Break it down into actionable steps. And remember, flexibility is key. If something isn't working, adjust your approach. The goal is progress, not perfection. With a solid plan, you'll turn panic into power and uncertainty into opportunity. Diversification is key. When the market takes a nosedive, having cash, gold, and real estate in your corner can be your lifeline. Think of them as your safety net. Cash gives you flexibility, gold holds its value, and real estate can be a solid investment over time. But here's where it gets interesting: every market crash is actually a treasure hunt for those who are prepared. While others panic, you can seize opportunities. Look for undervalued assets, distressed properties, or stocks that are on sale. Remember, the savvy investor sees potential where others see despair. So, when the market goes south, don't just survive, thrive. Remember, the market always recovers. Always. But only if you're still in the game. Warren Buffett once said, "Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful." And he's right. The greatest fortunes are made during market crashes. After the 2008 crash, Amazon stock soared by over 1,000%. Apple? 2,000%. The question is, will you be the one buying when everyone else is selling? But before you start buying, there's one critical mistake you must avoid. And it's the reason most people fail. Timing the market. It's the ultimate trap. Because here's the truth: no one can predict the bottom. Not even the experts. Instead of timing the market, focus on time in the market. Invest consistently, stay disciplined, and let compound interest do the heavy lifting. So, what would you do in a market crash? The answer is simple: you'd stay calm, stick to your plan, and seize the opportunities that others are too afraid to take. Because here's the ultimate truth: the market doesn't crash, it resets. And for those who are ready, it's the beginning of something extraordinary. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell. Because when the next crash comes, and you'll be ready. The market will crash. The question is, will you?